coming in. And Georgia does look like one of the most complete teams, especially, for only 2 games, which is obviously sample size. I always like to wait till 4. But you look what Georgia's offense did with UAB, and, hey, them boys are on scholarship, just like Akron and Auburn in week 1. Them guys are on scholarship to play football in Conference USA. That's D1 football scholarship players getting, offense going crazy on them at Georgia. And that's with Stetson Bennett, who I feel has a good grasp of the offense and was obviously the right call for Kirby. Just, he knows the offense. He knew that offense you could tell he knew where the guys were. A year ago, some of them throws aren't there. They were this year. And I'll say this, Georgia can win with Stetson Bennett, but I don't think they could have a Stetson Bennett and win the national championship. I do think if Georgia wants to get to the national championship and win it, you're going to have that elite quarterback. It's been, 5 years since a quarterback that wasn't a first-round draft pick won a national championship? That's not getting a coincidence. That's this day and age. You got to have a stud out there because it's going to come down to you needing your offense to win a game. As good as Georgia's defense is, there's going to come a game. It might be 17-17 fourth quarter. You might be down 17-20 and need a drive with 2 minutes to go. But you're going to need that stud quarterback. You're going to need that elite quarterback, which I believe JT Daniels has the capability of being. And like I said, Stetson Bennett's a great quarterback. Who knows if he don't get hurt against Florida, what happens? What was it? AC joint came out. Who knows how that game goes if he don't get hurt? You're up 14-0 when it happened. Maybe they keep rolling. I just, we saw what happened in the Alabama game. Just a couple mistakes. Who knows if he makes them same mistakes now as a fifth-year senior, having a little more playing time. I just see the trend in college football is you got to have that quarterback. You got to have that absolute stud up there. That's a first-round type quarterback. Mac Jones was that guy. Tua, which when he won it, Trevor Lawrence, Deshaun Watson. You got to have that quarterback. And for Georgia, they got to have Daniels healthy. Luckily, as good as we said the West is, you look at the East, South Carolina's 2-0. Georgia's a 32-point favorite. Alabama, the best in the West, is playing the number 2 team, Florida, this weekend in Gainesville, and they're a 15.5-point favorite. That shows you how far behind the East has gotten. I believe 2 through 6 or 2 through 7 in that division is pretty much, not as good as many teams in the West. So if you're Georgia, take advantage of that. Get Daniels healthy. You shouldn't need JT Daniels to beat South Carolina. Lord knows you don't need him to beat Vanderbilt in 2 weeks. Maybe when you get to the Kentuckys in the world, we saw what Stetson struggled a little bit with Kentucky last year. You'd like to have him back. You'd like to have him back this weekend. If it's just a small injury, bruising or something, he'll be able to get in there this weekend. If JT don't play this weekend, I'd start getting concerned. You get up to 2 weeks missing, I'd start being concerned about how serious this injury is. I don't think he's going to miss this weekend just on a, just how it looks. I didn't see nothing with him throwing or anything. It looked like, hey, we don't need him to get hurt against UAB. Let's take this weekend off. We got a guy we trust in Stetson. Let's get him out there. And with this defense, just go get it. And that's what they did. So, yeah, we're in here in National Audio Visual Studios.